Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. There's a lot of Control Warriors out there, and if you really want to beat Control Warriors, this could be the deck for you. I played this deck for a viewer request. I played a few games with this. I actually had 100% win rate with this deck. I won every matchup. That said, statistics are telling me that this deck has one really strong matchup, and that matchup is against Control Warrior. We're talking 70% plus win rate against Control Warrior, and every other matchup apparently should be below 50%. Be that as it may, you can win any kinds of slow decks with this. Against fast decks, sometimes, but it's quite unlikely. The deck is Storm Giant Druid. So how does this deck work? Storm Giant. Forge costs 2 less, can be forged endlessly, and Melted Maker, after you forge a card, get a copy of it. So typically you start the game by forging your Storm Giant, then you try to ramp up a little bit, and then you try to forge the Storm Giant a little bit more. You want to forge it at least to 4 before you go for any kind of combo turns, because once your Storm Giant costs 4, and then let's say you play Melted Maker on the board and you forge the Storm Giant, you will get two cost Storm Giants in your hand. You forge one of them, and that will turn into 2 0-cost Storm Giants. And when you forge the other, that will also turn into 2 0-cost Storm Giants. So 4 is kind of the sweet spot to start those Melted Maker turns, so that you will be able to get to those 0-cost Storm Giants. And then you just play some Storm Giants on the board. They're 8/8s with Taunt, and well, that's it. You win the game, maybe. It's not always quite that easy, because sometimes the opponents are also able to clear your boards. So if you have a good Melted Maker turn, you can consider keeping some of those 0-cost Storm Giants back, so that if the opponent clears the board, then you will have something that you can repopulate it with. And then you also have Unending Swarm. Resurrect all friendly minions that cost 2 or less, and when Storm Giant is forged, the natural cost of the card is changed, so any Storm Giants that cost 0 or 2, you can just Unending Swarm them. And that's how you can get a board full of Storm Giants. Note that Storm Giant can be forged endless, so even when it already costs 0, you can keep forging it when you have a Melted Maker on the board, just so that you get extra copies. Also, for those combo turns, Funnel Cake is a very important card. Restore 3 health to a minion and its neighbors. For each one overhealed, refresh a mana crystal. So you can get a couple of extra mana crystals with Funnel Cake, so that you can forge an additional time and just get more stuff going. As for the mulligans with this deck, there are 3 types of cards that you want to keep. You want to keep your Storm Giant and your Melted Maker, because those are your crucial combo pieces. You want to hold on to Ramp, Widowblood Seedsman and Wild Growth, because Ramp is essentially in order to get to a good Storm Giant turn early enough in the game. And you want to hold on to Frost Lotus Seedling. Preferably you want Seedling to blossom, so that then you will be able to draw more cards, you will be able to get more armor. That will give you both survivability and card draw. Just a wonderful combination. And this is a pretty hilarious deck when this works. And this is what it all looks like in action. And the Seedling is really good. Renathal version. Well, I'm happy that that's a bad version. But they might still have enough. Let's see.
Let's warm you up.
I can still just forge this now. That's okay. I can wait for these to blossom. Alright, alright. Oh, I really want Wild Growth though. I think we need to kill this one now. But I want to ramp. I could coin to forge this again here. But I think I will not. Not yet. Getting 2 costs is fine for the swarms anyway. But I can wait another turn. I can wait one more turn. That's totally fine. I'll just take the mana crystals now. And draw 2 cards and gain some armor. 8 cards in hand. Next turn is the Giant's turn. Okay, okay. I now have 8 cards in hand, yeah.
Can't stand the heat. Get out of the forge. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the forge. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the forge.
And the time gone low.
Can't stand the heat. Get out of the forge. Can't stand the heat.
I guess that's okay, right?
The forge.
I guess that's a fine board. Hi, Samet. We have this to draw Swarm. I was thinking just how many Giants do I leave in my hand. That was impressive. One roll and you lose. Why? Why do I lose? Oh, there's a Swarm. We can also get a 10-cost weapon. That'll be fine. This was drawing me Swarms, and then I had a Taunt Giant also coming. I'll take a 10-cost weapon. Wind Fury. 8-cost minions. And we'll hold back one of these 0-cost giants so that we can get a taunt minion on the board. Nice trial by fire. Well, you don't have a defile. Naga Giant. Nice. So, is it the Great Mace? I have 16, 8, 16, 24, 26, 36 damage right now. Can they kill all of these and then have their Naga Giant do? But we're going to get the random 8-cost minions, so I think that's still gonna be fine. Let's see what we can get. The Storm Giant, eh? Can I afford to... Is there any way that I will lose these minions and... No, I don't see that happening. I don't see them connecting to my face. Then I would have had like Summer Child Storm Giant. So Summer Child could get me an unending swarm for the following turn. But no, still better to get Ramp. Okay. We have Ramp and we have Giant and we have a couple of Seedlings. Innervate the Ramp. That doesn't really help me. There's nothing I want to do with that mana next turn. So then I might as well Ramp next turn. Have the Bellowing Flames. Now we ramp a bit. These blossom. So these are available and this can be forged. This saved the innovate and nothing of value was lost. Obviously if that picks like Odin and Odin comes really early, then bad things could happen. 6 cards in hand. Let's draw another 2. Okay, those are nice cards. Let's forge that. Seven cards in hand.
What story will you give my work?
Cascarot with the health. How am I actually going to get rid of that Cascarot? I have no idea how I can get rid of the Cascarot. Well, Rake. Rake allows me to get rid of the Cascarot, right? Hero power Rake. Because they didn't choose the health. You always choose the health. Like that was such lunacy. Has to be hero power Rake. You always choose the health first. And now it's useful to innervate the Seedsman. Wanted to nourish. I still thought that I might need to draw cards with the nourish. I wasn't sure that I can afford to ramp with it. I was worried that maybe I will just not have the cards I need, and I need to actually use this for draw. Obviously this is some draw right, that I have right here, so maybe I don't need to do that. I can use this to draw some cards now. I'm a little uncertain. If I had decided on that faster, I would have used this turn. Try to discover a spell that would cost 2 and play it away, so that I would have more space. Well, now it's time to go. My cards in hand. 10 cards in hand. Need to play something. 10 cards in hand again. To play something. Need to regain some mana crystals. And this again, right? Yes. Let's see about this now. Miracle Growth could be useful a little later. Not this turn, of course, but a little later. We'll do it like this. I'll keep 1 0-cost giant in hand, so that if they brawl this board, I'm still able to get something back there. While I also draw the Unending Swarm with the Flower Child. I could try to see if there's an Unending Swarm at the bottom of the deck too. There isn't. There is another Storm Giant that I could play later. That will also guarantee the double swarms. This will give me the swarms. Come on, faster. Okay. A little slow with that. We'll see. Lifesteal probably was useless. Depending on the warrior's answers here. Right, so far so good. Equipping the weapon probably just isn't good enough. No, we want to swarm. Then I want to forge this a couple of times. Just to keep it ready. Do I want to hit into these? Well, there's no reason to hit into those. This board now is much more durable against Blade Storm than if I start hitting into those, and potentially they could be able to clean some of that up. They had a second brawl. Okay. And then there's the problem of the Blade Storm. So if I don't have any small minions, I cannot just play more giants. Blade Storm is a problem. At this point, just summoning random 8 cost minions is good, isn't it? Because I would need minions, I would need smaller minions. Smaller minions of Blade Storm wouldn't be so effective. They still have 2 Blade Storms left. So they probably have the other Blade Storm already available when they use this one like that. I still have the Melted Maker in the deck. So having Melted Maker in the deck... yeah, that still gives me something. Can I find the Melted Maker? I cannot. One is fine though. I want minions of different sizes. We'll swing at the face. They have one more Blade Storm left. Actually wasn't so good. They probably killed that. Yeah, ensure the 8 goes to face. They had the second Blade Storm, yes. That was the problem there. They may be able to go for lethal now. I would have needed the Melted Maker. Was there some way I could play around the Blade Storm? I don't think I had a great way. There's the Maker though. There's the Maker. Blade Storms are gone. Brawls are gone. Trade away the minions. One last attempt. My last attempt. This is my last push. There's no brawls. There's no Blade Storms. But I will have nothing after this. Could have kept the giant in hand if the Melted Maker like lives, but I figured that would be very unlikely. What's the Regis weapon? Do they have a trial by fire? They do. How good is it? Which rift does that cast? Chorus rift, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Wouldn't always kill itself into giant. Oh yeah, that's true, that's true. You're right. Well, be that as it may. 2 brawls, 2 blade storms. We still had enough. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.